We gotta check out this white bandito bug. You know, I haven't even thrown it and I'm kind of laughing. I got the Corrado DC 17-pound fluorocarbon Corrado rod, 7.2 medium heavy. Reel is set on 3, which is the fluorocarbon setting. Look at that. I just saw it go down. It looks so good. Oh, wow. Wow. You know what? Oh man, is that gonna catch a fish? I feel like that's gonna catch a fish. I really do. It might not be today because of the weather. I know it can work. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh man. It stands up so good too. Ooh, I'm gonna have to get more of those. I got the X-Zone Pro Lures in my, well, this X-Zone Pro Lures in my Monster Bass box. I'm gonna have to get more. See this? So this right here is the Plano Deep Pro Edge. We've got a ton of goodies in here. Look at this. What I did is I went through my fishing tackle and I had some containers that had some unopened baits, cheap ones, Walmart ones, some brand name ones, plastics, whatever, baits that were out of the package, some weights, some hooks, even a couple ice fishing things. And I put it all into a container. And I decided, why not make a video about it and go over the tackle. I know that you guys do enjoy that. So, I mean, basically, just to start off, you do have some plastics here, okay? You have the Strike King Zero Z2. It's the baby Z2 Smoky Shad. And I am gonna kind of go through this fast because I do want to cover all of the contents in this box. Big bite baits. See that little swim bait? Now, some of the things I will take out of the package and look at as we go. So if you guys have any questions or you want to leave any comments as we go about the baits, don't be afraid, because you guys know that I do respond to everyone. So, got the plastics. Lunker City 4.5-inch slug go, baby brush hog, sungill color. Before the Rage Cron, the Bandito bug was like one of my go-to plastics. I was always throwing a brush hog. Very good bait. Sungill goes great with those largemouth and those smallmouth. They will definitely eat that. It's kind of funny. You do have the Expedition Tungsten Ice jig heads. It is the hook size is 10, excuse me. And a lot of people ask me, because I didn't really ice fish on my channel last year, but I did in, well, actually, yes, I didn't this year. I did last year in 2017. What do I use for ice fishing? I use a waxworm on a jig head, and you will see these glow-in-the-dark jig heads. I mean, whether they're glow-in-the-dark or not, they are really good for crappies. I will use a size 10. I will also use a size 8, depending on where I'm fishing, what I'm doing. And I do like 4 to 6 pound fluorocarbon for ice fishing, okay? So, like I said, all over the place. The Storm Chug Bug. That's a topwater bait that I've never caught a fish on. Moving on, you do have the Gamakatsu drop shot rig. It is a size 1. You do get 3 in the pack. This is not how I fish a drop shot. But this one right here, and I do believe the next size down, is great for panfish. Moving on, you do have the live target swim bait. And also, I believe this is a mini Booyah pad crasher. See that? I don't ever really use frogs that small either. I use like a 1/2 ounce. So you got all that. And of course, a 3/8 football jig by Gamakatsu. And this thing, these metal beads that I found in the container. So yeah, we still got a lot of stuff to go through. You see that Rapala Clacking minnow? It's the perch color. I have thrown this before. I have caught a fish on it, but not this size. This is a 3/4 ounce in size, and I cannot remember the size of the Clacking minnow that I caught a fish on. So anyway, we have a giant mess. Moving on, you do have the Big Game Gear Pike and Muskie. It kind of does look like a Roadrunner, and I don't know what that color is, but it does look very patriotic, which is cool. It is the, I don't know. And speaking of the Big Game Gear, look at that spinnerbait. I actually have quite a few of these spinnerbaits in the box. And now, you guys got to help me out here. Where is it? I know some of you guys have probably caught fish on these. These are like the $1 and $2 ones from Walmart. You do have a jig. And is this, yep, another jig. There's another spinner. If you guys have ever caught fish on these, or you guys have any tips with these, I mean, if there's something I'm missing with these that I would do with a Strike King or a Mega Bass or just whatever, a Rapala, let me know. Because I've always been interested about these because they're cheap, but I know they catch fish. I just have that feeling. And, you know, some old classics. The Johnson Beetlesman, you do have the quarter-ounce size, excuse me, it is white with a red dot on it. And then Warden's Rooster Tail, the Yakima bait, a 1/6 ounce. I love throwing these in the spring when I'm river fishing, especially for smallmouth and pike. What a mess of fishing tack. I see this right here. See this flashlight? Why was the flashlight in the box? No idea. And then there is another spinnerbait. And actually, you know what? Why not read the back one? Spinnerbait fishing. Spinnerbaits are favorite lures of bass fishermen everywhere. Cast lures near structure and cover and retrieve past target areas. Vary the speed of retrieve, slow to fast to trigger strikes, cast parallel to weed lines and breaks. Try slow rolling along the bottom, set hook immediately upon strike. Well, that sounds about right. And you guys know that I also do have some Rebel lures that I like to talk about once in a while. I do believe this is the Crick Hopper. See that? No idea how that looks on the GoPro Hero 8. Probably good. And we do have 2 more crankbaits. We're going to go over this one last. I believe that's a Lucky Craft Squarebill. Shout out to Tokes Outdoors. He's going to be linked down below. He actually gave me this. Tokes Outdoors, if you can give me some more information on this, that would be cool. I do believe it's a Lucky Craft, but like I said, correct me if I'm wrong. And this right here, this lure I did get from an old timer. It is a Man's Razorback. This is an old one. The treble hooks are extremely sharp just by feeling it. If you know anything about these or how the old Man's lures compare to the new ones, let me know. Z-Man Chatterbait, 3/8 ounce, all white. Don't even have to say much about that. That is a great bait. Moving on, you do have the Apex Tackle Paddle Tail Worm. It's a 4-inch. And speaking of worm, well, no, that's a paddle tail. Why did I call that a worm? Anyway, that's probably why, because the Wyandotte worm, the brown color. This is a little bait that I would drop shot or throw in a jig head. And can I get the package open? Or am I just, there we go. See this? Looks pretty good. Now, speaking of the chatterbait, before we get too far away from the chatterbaits, you guys remember years ago when you would go into Dick's Sporting Goods or somewhere and you would see the Lover special vibration jig from Mike Iaconelli? Well, I do have 2 of these, and they are both in a 3/8 ounce. Color number 7 right here is the special white. Color number 104 is the black and blue. I do like Z-Man chatterbaits, whether it's the original, the elite. I do plan on picking up the jackhammer, but I'm gonna have to try these. This one looks really good to me. If you guys have ever caught fish on these, comment below. Tungsten weights, 1/4 ounce, that's what I use for my Texas rigs, and you do have a 1/2 ounce Booyah jig with rattles. And yes, that does come through the weeds and the grass really good. Speaking of bottom stuff, 1/4 ounce tungsten drop shot weights by VMC. I don't even use these. I use the teardrop in the 3/8 size. Once in a while I will go to a 1/2 ounce. Johnson swimming grubs. These do still work. These do still catch fish. I just haven't opened this package. And speaking of stuff on the bottom, you do have the Gets It tube. This is the brown chartreuse. You get 4 in the pack, and it is a 3.5 inch, even though I have told you guys before that the coffee tube by Strike King, it's a 3.5 inch, and it does look a little bit bigger than this. But I do believe that is because of the width of the bait, not because of the length. 2K Jigs, the Freak, 3/8 ounce. I don't really fish those. Maybe I should be. Hack Attack, fluoro flipping jig. I did get this out of my Monster Bass box. And you will notice that if you look, hi bird, you'll notice that it does have a screw piece for you to put on your plastic, and it'll keep it on there. That does work really well. Moving on, you do have the Storm Chug Bug, the original series. It is kind of a chrome chartreuse color. Oh man, that's gonna be good. Now, I did mention the Rebel Wee Crawfish. I just talked about this a couple videos ago. The one on the left is the chartreuse brown, and the one on the right is the nest robber. And yes, I am more interested in throwing the nest robber than I am the chartreuse brown. Spinning tackle, 6 or 8 pound test. And last up in the box, you do have the Rapala DT6 in the blaze color. I've talked about it a ton of times. So what I'm gonna have to do is get these back in the box. I wonder if I can get all this stuff back in the box without, well, if I can get it back in the box. I don't want to make too much of a mess. And I know I did go kind of fast, so you guys got to do me a favor and leave me a comment in the section below. What are your favorite baits out of this box? What do you like? What do you dislike? Like I said, let me know about these lover chatterbaits, please. That would be greatly appreciated. You guys know that I'm always open to your comments and stuff. I'm just gonna kind of get all this stuff put away to the best that I can. And of course, putting it all in the box for the video was easier than putting it away. But that's usually how it goes with bass fishing, right? Can't always win, right? That's kind of what I thought. See, when I place stuff in the box, it goes in there easy. And when I do it this way, like I said, do me a favor, comment below. Any questions, any thoughts about baits, any suggestions, let me know. I just kind of wanted to go over all these baits that I had in a container. I know this might be kind of boring, but I mean, it is 30 degrees outside. I didn't catch any fish when I went the other day, obviously, so I mean, I got to do something for fun and for a video. I think this stuff is kind of cool anyway. So enough of the rambling. Thank you for watching. I actually got it closed, and I will see you guys next time. No, I didn't get it closed, and I won't see you next time. Hold on. How could I forget the crick hopper? I didn't like that. Okay, I will see you guys next time.